Ladies and gents, good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. Good morning, Mpumalanga News, Mpumalanga 24/7 News, Mpumalanga Mirror, and Highveld Chronicle. Thank you so much for making it here this morning, afternoon. I'm highly privileged to have you, and I appreciate your presence for being here. The last time I had any type of interaction with the media houses was when you were calling me off the hook wanting to write a story about my late sister, Ayanda Ayos Mapalala, who was also a victim of gender-based violence and femicide. We continue to mourn her passing, and we continue to plead with her to rest in peace, but to continue to fight against the scourge of GBV, to fight for her life, and until justice is served. We are here to be briefed on ZiNtombi, this amazing organization that I've created for the sole purpose of assisting women. ZiNtombi is going to be a helping hand and assist women to become better people and to become the best versions of themselves. So my name is Zinigi Nkuna, but Zinigi Nkuna ngilama phalala ngishade kaNkuna. Yes, you know, this Nkuna surname has become a part of me. Sengize ngiyakhohlwa ukuthi sengithi ngishade kaMaphalala ngingila, so but it's the other way around. So the name ZiNtombi comes from my name, because when my parents named me, they called me Zinigi Intombi Zakwa Maphalala. So the Z in ZiNtombi is from my name, and Tombi Zinigi Intombi. So put that together, ZiNtombi. And a funny story is that when I told my family that I'm naming the organization ZiNtombi, my mother then says to me, this was her nickname growing up. My grandmother called her ZiNtombi, and I didn't know. So it just goes to show you the divine alignment of our brand. And ZiNtombi basically wants to celebrate sisterhood, girlhood, womanhood, anything that has to do with the girl child, with women, to celebrate feminine strength, to promote the aligning and the collaboration of women. So when you put Zinigi na Intombi together, creating the ZiNtombi is the togetherness, the community that our organization aims to create. You know, being a woman in this country, we've even received taglines like PhD, which is pull head down syndrome. And there's this notion in our community that wants to emphasize that women cannot work together, that women are always out there to hurt each other, women are always out there to pull each other down. But we are coming in as an organization that is saying women can pull each other up. Women can strengthen each other. Women can collaborate to create beautiful things. Because as we know, women are the anchors of the home. When a woman is not okay, everything in the home falls apart. That means that we need women. You know, a beautiful orphan, there's no orphan that's beautiful, but a better orphan is an orphan that has a mother. So we are saying we want to come on board and help women to become the best versions of themselves. So it's a sisterhood movement that wants to change the lives of women in a nutshell. But as you would know, that we have been, so it has been such a widespread conversation, the issue of gender-based violence, and we are very glad that our President Cyril Matamela Ramaphosa has declared GBV as a crisis in our country, and we are hoping, Mr. President, that it will receive the attention that it needs. We are hoping that justice will be served for those victims of GBV. As I mentioned earlier on, my sister is a victim of GBV, and to this point, justice has not been served. We have not received closure as a family. We don't know what happened to her, you know, so we would like to know, we would like justice to be served. And for all the other lives of women in this country that we have lost to GBV and femicide. So we say salute, Mr. President, but we want to see the action. So this organization is for things like that. Any factor that affects women, we are there for that. That is the cause that we stand for. That is what we are fighting for. We want to create as well a space where women can be financially independent. As we mentioned again, the scourge of GBV, when women fully depend on, there are men who feel that they own us. So when we fully depend on them, it gives them more power to execute that force and to force us into things that we were not destined to do, we were not supposed to do. But when we are fully dependent on them, those are the kind of things that they enforce on us. So we are saying as an organization that women must be financially independent. Women must be free from the shackles of men that force you and beat you and end up killing you just because you depend on them financially. We are saying that we want to create collaborations between women, because at times I'm running a business, but I'm not aware of another woman down the road who is the solution to the problem that I have in my business. So we are creating the space where women can come together, where women can collaborate, where women can design and do things that will make them financially independent, also improving the economy of our province and ultimately our country. We want to create a space where employers will find their potential employees. We know we are struggling with a high unemployment rate, and for us as women, there's a recent statistic that I read that about in the unemployment rate, female graduates, when it comes to graduates, female graduates are the ones that are higher than male graduates in terms of the unemployment rate. So that is a concern to us, and we are saying that we want to create this space and this platform for young women to find their potential employers, for young women to find opportunities, to find internships or whatever the case may be that will cause them to create a better life, not only for themselves but for their families. It's interesting to know that 42.4% of South African households are headed by women, and this ultimately becomes the problem that we are facing in society, that our boys don't have role models because we are doing this thing alone. What does that mean? Our mental health is affected, we are depressed, we have anxiety. So we want to create a space where women can come in distress, where women can seek help, coping mechanisms. So those are the kind of things that we want to do. We want to create a series of events within the community that will allow women to be themselves, that will allow women to find the healing that they need. I mean, last night I had a conversation with one of my lady friends, and we were talking about grief and how I said to her, I don't think I've grieved my sister, because we had a family event recently and I broke down, I was in pieces. So grief remains a stigmatized thing in our society, in our community. So we want to create a space where if we want to grieve, we're able to grieve together. If we want to be happy, we are able to be happy together. So that is the kind of space that ZiNtombi wants to create. In a country where our government is trying so hard to create access to quality healthcare for all its citizens, women still remain on the back foot. Women still don't receive enough. Not that they are not getting, they are getting, but it's just not enough. Postpartum, we go through postpartum depression. Some women don't even know they're going through postpartum depression. So this organization seeks to create a platform where we will share information, share knowledge to become the best versions of ourselves. We also want to get to a point where we encourage the young girls in our society to choose the careers that are not so popular, to choose the careers that are labeled as difficult and not go for the safer options because it's not difficult. We encourage our girls to go for science, to go for maths and technology, to explore options that are not so safe, options that may seem more appropriate for men. We want to say to the young girls that you can do it. Anything that you set your mind to, you can do. So we want to expose them to role models, to other fierce and powerful women that are in their fields. And if we don't come together as women, how then do we expose our girls to these wonderful career options that they can choose from? So we want to create a culture of financial independence. We want to push women to go to school, even older women that have perhaps the time has lapsed according to society standards. We want to encourage them to say, go back to school. It's possible, you can do it. South Africa offers so many options for older people as well. We want to encourage the young girls that Education opens so many doors that no one can close. I've recently graduated with masters, and I can tell you now that that is the one thing that no one can take away from me. And I know that it's going to open so many doors for me that no one can close. We want to focus so much on health. We want to focus on access to opportunities. And the ultimate thing is to create collaborations and partnerships. So we want women to stand together. We want to deal with the stigmatization and deal with women can't stand together and women can't do things together. We want to show the world, we want to show South Africa that women can do a lot. We have done it now. We stood together, we marched, we reposted, we shared, we commented, we did everything to show the president how serious we are about GBV. And here we are. He listened, he heard. We are just waiting for him to implement. So this is just one typical example of how when women stand together, a lot can change, a lot can happen. Here we are now, we have put so much pressure on the government and we're going to fight GBV. So ladies and gents, that's ZiNtombi in a nutshell, an organization that is going to fight to make sure that women achieve what God has called them to be on this earth. Thank you. I think I think one of the biggest mistakes you can do in your life is give me a microphone. I'll talk non-stop. So somewhere you've got to stop me. So I think I will open it up on the floor for questions.
Okay, is it
there's a microphone. Okay.
Is it a foundation or a non-profit organization? Something.
Okay, just to touch on that. Thank you so much, my brother, for the question. ZiNtombi is a non-profit organization. We're not. It's a passion project. We're not looking to make money. We're not looking to have audited financial statements which prove that we're creating a profit. No, we are looking at saying women must come together and make money for themselves within the space, within the community. We are creating a platform. You know, in my past life, I used to be a pageant girl. I was doing pageants, and that created such a platform to have a voice in the community. So now with this non-profit organization, we're saying we want to create a platform for women to have a voice, for women to achieve whatever dream that they have.
What inspired this vision?
Okay, so I'm very much a woman activist. I love anything that concerns women. I do, and this has been a long time coming. My mom can tell you that since I was a child, there's always been that burning desire within me that my story is going to change people's lives. And the plight of women and girl children in this country has pushed me so much to say that what is it that I can do to change the life of a young girl? What can I do for a 7-year-old me who needed that kind of an inspiration? I've got a daughter, and what example can I set for my daughter to become the best version of herself? So what inspired it was purely was to make sure that women rise, but women will only know how to rise when they hear other stories of women that are rising, when they are able to collaborate, when they are able to come into a space and be given the opportunity and the platform to be the best versions of themselves. That's one of my favorite lines, for women to become the best versions of themselves.
What specific areas of empowerment will you focus on?
Sorry.
Okay, what specific areas of empowerment will you focus on, and what are the main goals and objectives for the organization?
So by profession, I'm an accountant. So my undergraduate degree is a BCom accounting. My honors degree is a Bachelor of Business Administration, and my master's is a Master of Commerce. So one of my main focus areas is financial freedom. For me, that is the ultimate financial freedom, because I want to see women being able to stand on their own, not being tied to the shackles of a man who will abuse you because you are heavily reliant on him. Another one is education. I am here where I am in terms of my career, in terms of my life, because I chose to go to school, because I decided that one of the only vehicles that would lead me to success is education. Another social cause that is very close to my heart is healthcare, making sure that women, even in underprivileged societies, have access to healthcare. And we're going to be able to do that with women that we meet in the network that might say, oh, look, I am able to help you with sanitary wear, for example. We know that we've got period poverty in our country. That's a cause that's very close to my heart as well. So we want to focus on things that will make the life of a woman easy. So those are some of the social causes that I would like to do.
Okay, maybe because you mentioned something about collaborations and whatnot, what kind of support or partnership are you seeking from the community?
You know what I like? You holding the mic, but you're not talking into it. Okay, so please just talk into the mic so everyone can hear you.
I'm asking you, what kind of support or partnership are you seeking from the community or the stakeholders?
Okay, so the kind of support that we would like from communities and what we would like to see from our stakeholders and the collaboration is that people must come. People must come and be part of this organization. When we call for an event, we want people to come so that we know that, okay, we've got a doctor in this area. Okay, we'll be able to get healthcare. We'll be able to get career guidance for our young girls. You know, women who are saying, I'm unemployed, but I don't even know where to start. And then for example, we have a woman who is an HR specialist will say to you, you're not being employed because you're not employable. Your CV doesn't look good. Let me help you with your CV. That's the type of collaboration that we want. We want the highly skilled women to be able to empower the lower skilled women. We want the financially independent women to also assist and build a bridge and bridge the gap of economic issues and social standings, you know. So we want women who will be able to say, I have this, but God has blessed me to be a blessing. I'm going to be the bridge or the helping hand for you to be able to achieve your purpose and walk in your calling as you are on earth. So that's what we expect from our stakeholders. We expect them to attend events, to be able to assist all those that may need some type of a bridge. I mean, last night I attended an event where it was more about networking, and I just won't say the name of the brands because they're not paying me. But the highlight there was that it's not that we're not getting help as SMEs in this country. Help is there, but we don't know how to access it. We don't know how to formalize our businesses. We don't know how to comply when funds are being made available. We don't know that you need audited financial statements. But where will you find that kind of support? This is what this community seeks to create.
Okay, one last more. How are you planning to assist women in communities to tackle issues such as GBV?
So as I said earlier on, I think when we stand together as women, and stand for a cause, it gets attention as we have done now. So when we come as a force, I can't do it alone. That's why I'm creating this community. That when we come as a force and are able to assist these women, we'll be able to build a better South Africa. Now GBV as one of, as I said before, the biggest, the scariest scourge in our country. Most women that I have encountered or I've had conversations with that have been going through GBV have mentioned how when you ask them, why aren't you leaving this man? They will mention how, where am I going to go? What am I going to eat? What am I going to feed my children? So our organization wants to empower women to stand on their own. Wants to empower, not to say when you've stood on your own and you've become too independent now, you forget who you are in your home. No, that's not what we're saying. But we're saying that we want women to be so heavily reliant on themselves that they don't have to subject themselves to abuse because they are waiting on their next meal ticket from a man. We are saying that we want women to speak out when they have issues, when they are seeing a hand being raised or any type of even sexual violence. We want women to be able to have a voice, women to be able to speak out and say, this is what is happening to me, this is what is happening to my child. But how do women do that when they are not empowered? How do women do that when they know they don't belong to a community of sisters or other women that are supporting them to fight that? So that's what we want to do. We want to go into the community and say, women, you can become better, fight the social ills so that you don't have to rely heavily on a man.
Okay, one last one. So how can, for example, I'm a doctor. Now I want to be involved, but I don't know anything about these events. How do I get involved?
Okay, so thank you for that question. So we are available on Instagram, we are available on Facebook. My contact number is also there. So we just want women to raise their hands and say, I'm available. We have an event next week, Saturday. Whoop, whoop. That's our official launch where we will be launching ZiNtombi. And we have invited speakers from all over the province to come and speak to our women, to inspire them, to leave them with a story. As we start up, we wanted something groundbreaking, something great. So on Facebook, we are ZiNtombi, so capital Z, capital N for Ntombi. It's one word, ZiNtombi. On Instagram, we are at z.ntombi. Tickets are available on Quicket as well. You can get a ticket for 500 Rand. So you just go onto Quicket, search for ZiNtombi. The event will pop up. The theme of our event this year is Pumalanga Sigotse. We are saying to women, arise. You are a ray of sunshine. You are beautiful. You provide warmth. You provide light. We just want you to shine now. So that's the theme of our event, and we're hoping we're going to see a lot of women there. I see a lot of women are already buying tickets. A lot of women are really rallying behind this event, behind this initiative, and they really want to come to the event. So that's how you can put your hand up. You can send us a DM on Facebook. You can send us a DM on Instagram. Ladies and gents, ZiNtombi, more importantly, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much to all the media houses that came today. You are so appreciated. You are so loved. We are nothing without you. So thank you for gracing this occasion with your presence. I'm looking forward to our event next week, Saturday, right here at the Garden Bombela. Thank you, the Garden Bombela, for hosting us. We really had a good time, and we're looking forward to next week, Saturday, 29 November, 10 a.m. We are coming back for the big launch, the big ZiNtombi Experience 2025. I am looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing all of you here in your beautiful yellow, in your beautiful garments. ZiNtombi 2025. I am looking forward to it. Thank you so much.